I'm very pleased to welcome you to our 2016 ISSTI Retreat. This is our 12th ISSTI Retreat, unbelievably. So the ISSTI Retreat has a particular role. It's a chance where we get together and recharge our batteries to find a safe and playful space to talk to each other about our ideas. In particular, because we're trying to overcome the tendency to get your head down and stuck in your own area and angle of analysis and substantive concerns. So we try to bring people together to talk together, but also to put them in touch with new ideas, hot ideas, what's exciting and what's new and what's interesting in the area. So it is a moment for renewal, and it's a moment for looking back and for looking forward. And this year we have a lot to look back to, and I guess I'm sure you're here because we agree we have a lot to look forward to. So we have a chance to look back over 50 years, and I wonder if the geneticist Waddington had the inkling when he appointed David Edge, a physicist working for the BBC, in the aftermath of C.P. Snow's Two Cultures lecture, to try and overcome the two cultures between science and the arts. I wonder whether he had any idea where it was going to end up. And as we know, David Edge was no ordinary scientist. He was a visionary. He had some very transgressive ideas, and he created an amazing space, and he made an inspired set of appointments. And how many times have we seen this photograph? Too many times. I apologize for giving it to you again. But this is perhaps the heyday of the Science Studies unit. So an outstanding bunch of scholars appointed who, as we will hear time and time again, established the strong program in the sociology of science and created the foundations for science, technology, and innovation studies today. And this is, I don't know when this was taken, but it definitely has a slight scent of post-Woodstock about it. I don't know if you feel that. So there they are, and you'll have a chance to meet many of these, we hope. Steve Shapin sadly can't come because he's recovering from hospital operation. So to Science Studies in its heyday, to last year's retreat, where we had about 50 or 60 people in Newbattle Abbey, and we will have more people over the week, over this week. So this is just a sample of perhaps 100 staff and PhD students who are working across the University of Edinburgh in the area of science, technology and innovation studies, or doing social science research on science, technology and innovation. So our field has grown in quite extraordinary ways. We will discuss it. I mean, Alvaro has produced this map of where our PhD students arrived and graduated, and I do like this lovely red line, which shows apparently shows a Whiggish history of improvement year on year on year on year. So we're in our growth phase, and Alvaro is going to be asking the PhD students, the alumni who are visiting here, to locate themselves in this map. So our community has been growing. It's been growing steadily and substantially, but it's not a simple Whiggish history. It's a very intricate and complex history. So we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the foundation of the Science Studies unit, and the key appointments, Barry and David, will be speaking tomorrow. Gary Worski and Steve Shapin can't be with us, sadly, but other foundational members of the Science Studies unit will be here and talking, including Brian Wynne, who will give a keynote. So that's the 50th anniversary of that. It's also another anniversary. It's the 30th anniversary of Edinburgh branching out into the field of technology studies. And Martin Fransman here was on the appointment committee that with Frank Beckhofer and Donald Mackenzie, who rather foolishly let me come to Edinburgh and start another set of more complex journeys, because that was a very strongly cross-disciplinary consortium that, with a later appointment, Jamie Fleck, who, like me, was from Aston Technology Policy Unit, established this program of research in the social shaping of technology. And that grew and grew So that by 2000, there was a sense that we needed to demonstrate our strengths, which were dispersed across a whole load of different departments in the university, by establishing the Institute for the Study of Science, Technology and Innovation, which was a way of presenting in one format these diverse strengths across economics, business schools, sociology, etc. And then eventually the Research Centre for Social Sciences, which hosted that, and the Science Studies Unit co-located and merged to form Science, Technology and Innovation Studies subject group. So we have an intricate history, and it's useful to bear in mind that history, because that's a history by which we grew and became stronger and vibrant and successful in the way we are today, I believe. And what was interesting for us was also that as we prepared for this workshop, we came across bits of history that were on the verge of being forgotten. So it turned out, I mean, David Edge was a serial boundary breaker, not just in establishing science studies as a field, not just in helping establish technology studies, but he also had a research program with the also late Harry Dickinson in engineering, a doctoral program on appropriate technology, and we were reminded that by one of our alumni, and it's a memory on the verge of being forgotten. So we want to recollect the richness of the history by which we got here. And there's Pablo here is one of the key conspirators in producing a book which, with interviews with some of the key players in the field, and he invites you to come and have a chat with him, and he's interviewed many people in the field, including Ari Rip here. But we also have the Memory Project, which was it Marichel's idea? But Hyojung, wherever she is, where's Hyojung? Is there? Hyojung is inviting people to leave a document or an interview, and if you're not careful, Anna here will photograph you, so that we will produce a rich record to supplement the archive of science studies unit that's being put together. So we are trying to capture and reflect that rich history over the week. So we're looking back, but we're looking back in order to look forward. And in some ways, we could argue that our field is coming of age. One of the ways it's coming of age is that we're giving more attention to institutional work and actually putting this field on strong institutional foundations. So this year, for example, we launched in the UK the Association for Studies of Innovation, Science and Technology as a membership organisation for all people in our field up and down the UK. And also at Edinburgh, we're now building an alumni organisation so we can build links with our key, our community of PhD students who are our family. And they're dispersed across the world. Lawrence Dritzis is putting together a map to show where they are. And Morgan, where's Morgan? Morgan here has come all the way from Taiwan, so he's our most far-flung visitor. So you're very welcome. It's really good to see you here. So it's a family, and we hope this family will stay together and work together and hope to advance our field and Edinburgh's position in that field. So because we started late, I'm not going to go on further. There are future challenges, and maybe we'll come back to that in tomorrow's wind-up discussion. But we have a very full programme, and so I should stop immediately and invite Paolo Quattroni to come up. Paolo is our star STS person in the Department of Accountancy. It was he who proposed a theme on values and valuation, and there's a series of talks throughout this morning which rotate around that theme. I'm not going to say any more about introduction because I think people are probably best able to introduce themselves.